just leaving the Clyde Smith shelter. Had a lazy morning, which is fine by me. I only have 12 miles, a little over 12 miles today for my goal campsite, which is the summit of Unaka Mountain. It has a beautiful enchanted lake forest, and ever since Jedi and I saw it on our section hike in 2018, I have wanted to tent camp there. And lucky for me, the weather looks very conducive today. And in fact, speaking of weather, yesterday it was calling for last night to be right at or slightly below freezing, with winds 15 to 20 miles an hour and gusts up to 25 miles per hour. And I was debating my choice to sleep in my tent at the shelter. However, it was probably one of the most beautiful, cooler weather evenings that I have ever experienced on trail. Still, you could have heard a pin drop in our entire shelter area. There was not one whisper of wind all night. It definitely did not get below, I don't think, freezing. I don't have a thermometer, but I was able to sleep with one side of my tent open, and I had no condensation in my tent. And yeah, I did wear all of my layers. I was so cozy. I had to get up and go to the bathroom 2 or 3 times. I mean, I went to bed at 6:30 at night. So, the last time I was awake was probably around 12:30. I didn't even need my puppy to go outside. So either Clyde Smith was in a magical protected area, which is good, or the weather was not as predicted. Either way, it turned out great. I actually slept until 7 a.m., which maybe has happened one other time when I've been sleeping on trail. Like I said, I was up a few times in the night. But I woke up at around 6 and I said, I'll get up in a little while. I didn't have an alarm. I woke up, it was 7 o'clock. I slept really well. I came down to go to a piped spring down that path and realized, hey, we camped here. This is the tent site Jedi and I camped at during our section hike. It's the old apple orchard. There's a bunch of apple trees, and I am going to sit over here and filter some cool spring water. Beautiful day today. And little trip down memory lane. I remember when we camped here, I saw some really cool synchronous fireflies during the night. I thought there was something going on outside our tent, and I could see them through the material of the tent. It was really cool. That was in the spring. Anyway, this is just an overgrown kind of field with a pretty cool camp spot. You could fit a few tents here, and it's tucked in off the trail. Very nice site, the old apple orchard. I am huffing and puffing. I'm carrying probably 3 liters of water total up to the summit of Unaka Mountain. I have 1.6 miles to go. Just taking it super slow, and I will hopefully find a beautiful tent spot. And if I'm lucky, I have 2 friends that are behind me quite a few miles. They have like 7 miles to go. They wanted to camp up here as well, and I would love to have the company. Yeah, not much to report other than, holy cow, water is heavy. I'm huffing and puffing, but I'm just chipping away. Forward is a pace, little by little. I will make it there, and it'll be worth it. The Cherry Gap shelter is back about 3 miles. That was a little too soon for me to stop my day, but a very nice shelter, and I met a trail volunteer that was there painting, and told him thank you. He didn't want his picture taken, but which I get. But bless these volunteers, man. Wherever you are, if you enjoy a local trail, get out there and even bring a bag and pick up garbage on your walk. Any little thing, everything helps. It's a thankless job. And he did say that they do hear thank you a lot though, so that made me feel good. I'm back in the enchanted forest. I'm nearing the summit of Unaka Mountain. And these trees and all the moss. It's like the magical forests of New England. I love this. And I'm going to camp here tonight. I guess there is a campsite already with a fire ring and where tents have already been, which is the leave no trace principle to reuse such a site. I made it, you guys. Look at this forest and it's so quiet.